Thank you, MC, Deputy Principal. For the Chief Guest, Principal Secretary, State of Department of Vocational and Technical Training, Dr. Margret Mwakima. The Administrative Secretary, the State Department of Vocational Technical Training, Mr. David May, teach. The area MP, Mwingi North Constituency, Honorable Engineer Paul Husseini Zengu. DCC, Deputy County Commissioner, Tsekuru. Good afternoon. So the chief guest, sorry for that mistake. Allow me to acknowledge and introduce the principals from the Kati Nairobi region. We have mainly the Northeast representative, so I'll allow them to come forward so that we can introduce them to the chief guest. So principals, wherever you are, kindly.
Thank you, Bwana Principal. Madam Guest of Honor, Muhammad Hassan, the Principal, Northeastern National Polytechnic.
Thank you, Madam PS, Mr. Kavita, Principal Margret. Thank you.
The Chief Guest, Madam PS, I'm Justin.
Madam Chief Guest, my name is Dr. Joshua Bikiwe. I'm the Registrar of the National Polytechnic, the mentor to this institution. I'm representing my principal in your area.
To our Chief Guest.
Yes, Chief Guest, I'm Ken Robert, the Principal Masina Technical and Vocational College here in Chapter State. Thank you.
Chief Guest.
Chief Guest, my name is Eric Miranda, Principal of Technical and Vocational.
Yeah, Reverend, we have two reverends. Yeah, Reverend and that.
Mechanical Engineering Department was officially commissioned by the Principal Secretary, State Department for Vocational and Technical Training, Ministry of Education, Dr. Margret Mwakima, on Monday, 25th October 2021.
Very well. Wasi wakamba wafanye ready. Ama wako wapi mheshimiwa? Kuleta community with a newborn baby. So this building is officially commissioned to be able to provide training for mechanical engineering and the rest that will be able to build the livelihoods of the youth and enhance the economic development of the region and of Kenya and beyond.
Thank you.
.61 hectares of land. The master plan of this institute has 7 proposed departments, namely electrical and electronics, mechanical engineering, ICT, building and civil engineering, agriculture and hospitality management. Key infrastructure projects in the institute have been implemented through the government in partnership with the Africa Development Bank and other various agencies. In these respects, the institute has benefited immensely through construction and equipment of electrical and electronic department, which is phase 1. It's a first unit that was built on this land, and now we are commissioning the mechanical engineering department today. This has transformed the training offered by the institute and placed the institution at the cutting edge of technology to favorably provide quality training to trainees. Honorable Madam Chief Guest, we are glad to host you today. And this visit gives us an opportunity to reflect on our past, interrogate our present, and strategize on our future. The founders of this institute had a vision to empower the youth of this nation economically by equipping them with relevant skills. As a board, we are indebted to them and continue to uphold the same values as we strive for the peak. The contributions of the members of the preceding Board of Governors, of which I'm part of, in shaping this institute cannot be overlooked. We must appreciate them for their exemplary leadership, commitment, and selfless service which has made the institute to the position it is today.
Our chairman, Mr. Wilfred Nyamumati, so he's been very supportive to this institution. Thank you very much, Bwana Chairman. So, chief guests, allow me to invite our DCC, Deputy County Commissioner, Tsekuru Sub-County, to give her
environment convenient for learning. With the support of each one of you here today, we need to see the number of students increase to take up courses in Tsekuru Technical Training Institution because we have not reached the capacity. Our chief guest, kindly let me take this opportunity to thank you for having set aside some time to come to Tsekuru Technical Training Institute and commissioned the Mechanical Engineering Department block, which will go a long way in enhancing technical skills to the youths of this great nation. Thank you all, and God bless you all. I invite the chief guest to address the congregation. Thank you.
Our chief guest, Principal Secretary, State Department of Vocational and Technical Training, Dr. Madam Margret Mwakima, the Chair of the Council, of the Board of Governors and members of the board, the Director, Technical Education, State Department of VTT. I am not Administrative Secretary, but I'm the Secretary Administration. I know many people in the field don't understand this position.
280, almost 300. I believe by now it must be 300,000 because this data I'm giving you data of about last month. I believe we are about 300,000 as of now. And the other day the ministry commissioned what we call the tracer study that is trying to know where our students are getting employed And what we found in the tracer study is that our students spend on average about 6 months from the time they complete their course to the time they are employed. On the other hand, when you go to the university area, you can find somebody who has come back for even 2-3 years. So what does this tell you? It tells you that TVET is no longer an alternative, but it is the main path to education and training. And that is why we need, as the trainees, to put ourselves to ensure that we get all the best we can from these institutions. Because we are looking for people, even the Honorable MP said here that he's looking for people to employ, but he cannot get them. So it is you guys who are being weighted by the productive world out there, so that you're going to be given employment, and also you're going to create employment. So you should really be thankful to God and work hard, so that you're going to come out here and assist us and to develop this great country. Then I also want to say that the kind of TVET strategy that we have done, we were dealing with, first of all, what we are calling access and equity. Access is increasing the number of institutions, expanding the others. And now we are on to what we call the relevance and quality for TVET. And on this one, you are going to be so much dwelling on entrepreneurship, so that they are going to give you the knowledge and competencies which are going to assist you start your own companies and assist this country to move forward. So that is what we shall be looking at. That now we are going to go to the next level, whereby we are going to be dealing with quality and relevance, because you have been dealing with what my friend Tway usually call the hardware. So this is the time we are on to the software, and make sure that this chance does not pass you. You make use of it, because you are going to be the cogs that are going to ensure that Kenya as a country and Africa as a whole is going to be able to start tall within a community of nations. Because somebody said that the last volunteer for economic renaissance is Africa. And Kenya is in Africa because we have a very youthful population. We have the raw materials, and now we are giving you the knowledge and the competencies to ensure that you have the factors of production. So we are looking forward to you to doing your very best. Us as the Ministry of Education, we are going to do the very best to assist you, to ensure that you achieve your dream. Otherwise, I just want to say God bless you so much.
So we want to encourage you, please be aggressive. We want to transform this country. We can only transform by bringing more students to these institutions, get trained, go and get jobs, and then we're able to address the problems that we are facing about unemployment in this country, and also about managing and accountability of the resources that we have been given. Madam PS has always guided us, and he has been giving us, he has been giving us the standards. When we go out, we should check on this, we should check on this, we should check on this. So even the level of accountability is so high. I'm very sure, for the principal, you're not expecting the PS to come here and sit the whole day. And he has a long and comprehensive program.
And as you have directed, it's important that we equip the workshops that have been established and the labs that we have just seen. So I think as based on your directive, we'll engage in that discussion to see what can benefit this institution under the phase 3 that you launched in May this year. PS, as I have said, I think our training has to continue being relevant to the labor market so that we address the issue of youth unemployment. And I think at this point, I just want to encourage the young people, as Mr. Njau has said, TVET is not an alternative. It is the choice, actually. So you are not in the wrong place, but you are actually on the right track. So mine is to encourage you, to work hard and to be innovative. No economy can advance without creativity and innovation. You saw that, for instance, during COVID, a number of training institutions tried to come up with solutions to support the market. When we had ventilators, and you have one ventilator, for instance, that can only support one person, you saw people trying to come up with ideas to get a ventilator that can support many people, and those are products of innovation and creativity. So even as you undertake your training, ours is to encourage you to be as innovative and as creative as possible to be able to be part of the solution to address the problems that we have in our economy. Thank you, PS. We look forward as the bank to continue partnering with the government of Kenya to improve TVET training in this country. Congratulations once again.
That we have this kind of a project which has been done in this particular region. I think most of the institutions that we have here are new, including this one. It has only been operational for around 5 years. But I thank the government for what they have been able to achieve, because it means as we move around, calling upon the youth to join this particular institution for the acquisition of skills, training, we will have something to give them, we will have the equipment to train them, and the building within which to accommodate them. I'm very grateful for that particular bit, Madam PS. I'm also happy that we have continued, or the ministry has actually continued to expand the technical training by constructing more and more institutions. Right now we have a new institution which is complete. 2 others are almost complete, and we have been granted finances in this financial year to do 3 others within this particular region. Within this region, I'm referring to the region extending, or rather covering the whole of Ukabani region. That is Makueni, Machakos, and Kitui counties. With those few remarks, thank you, Bwana Jao, and
all protocol observed. Good afternoon. I would like to congratulate you, Madam PS, tsekuru, and also the contractor and consultants team for the achievement that we are witnessing today. I think when I last came here, the building was just taking off. So I think it's really great to see the completion today. This has been supported under the GOK African Development Bank TVET Phase 2 project. PS, we are very happy to have been partners with government in establishing the Tsekuru Technical Training Institute by first supporting the complex that's just ahead of us under Phase 1, and continuing that partnership to expand it to the mechanical engineering block alongside the workshops that we are going to be, that have been commissioned today. So I think this is a clear sign of government's commitment towards expanding and improving TVET in the country, and certainly a clear sign of support to skills development for the young people in this country. The TVET Phase 2 project has the objective of improving access, quality, and relevance of technical training, and certainly I think this institute is a clear sign of that. Being, having seen where it is located, this is really to improve access. And mine is to encourage, especially the local community, to bring the young people. We encourage the young people around here to be able to enroll and undertake TVET training, so that we're able to reduce the rate of the youth who are not in employment, who are not in education, and who are not in training, the ones that we call the NEET, or disengaged youth as we call them, so that at least we all have a skill to be able to take us forward. I think one thing that COVID taught us is that those with skills somehow managed to stay afloat, because even those who had other types of engagement during COVID, everybody was looking for something that they can be able to do to help earn a living. So it clearly showed that skills has a very important place in ensuring our livelihoods. It certainly has a very important place in ensuring employment for the young people, and also in ensuring productivity of our country towards the Big Four, but also our Vision 2030. And that's why, as the bank, we invest significantly in skills development for young people. We talk quite a bit about the demographic dividend. But PS, as we are all aware, if we don't invest
that anticipated dividend can easily become a disaster. And I'm sure that is what the government of Kenya is working very hard to avoid, and that's why we have such an investment in TVET. PS, I think I also want to...
Especially the technical skills, the engineering. I was impressed by the level of equipping of the automotive workshop. Everything about vehicles, if you want to become a mechanic, if you want to become an electrical, a motor vehicle electrician, this is a place to be. I have had an opportunity to see the electrical and electronic workshop. It's also very well equipped. And so really it's an opportunity that is sitting here. But I want to assure you, Madam PS, that going forward, I am going to put more energy to enlighten my community to send as many students as they can here. In the past, I've given an opportunity for every student admitted here from my constituency. I've offered to pay 10,000 shillings for each of the first 50 students. I put about 500,000, for which only about a handful of people were able to uptake that money. So I will still continue with that campaign and any other campaign that I can be able to do so that we have a higher enrollment. Madam PS, I know there has been a collaboration between your ministry and the National Youth Service to bring students in institutions like these ones. So as many as you can bring, we'll appreciate. I want to also appreciate the local community. I know people are now psyched with this kind of development. We expect that business people are going to put up structures out there to be able to accommodate the students. We expect, the chair told me that they're expecting to have at least 1,000 more students in the next intake. That is a huge number of students that will require to be accommodated. And I'm going to encourage the business people around to build hostels so that they can accommodate and do business with the institution. The only thing I want to ask is that
institutions and provide the necessary resources, and we have envisioned and strategized that every constituency in our country should actually have a technical training institute. We also are looking at some of the technical training institutes to see how we can also elevate them to now become national polytechnics. Technical and vocational education training is a deliberate strategy by the government to address youth unemployment through the provision of knowledge, skills, research, and innovation. And the trainees this morning, you have actually been challenged by Madam Susan from the African Development Bank that you as much try to be as innovative as you can. We have seen a lot of innovations coming from you. We are finding ways of patenting and even developing them so that you can be able to use them to industrialization. But we want you to become more and more innovative. But we are also coming up with a strategy to make all our TVET institutions incubation, innovation, and productive centers. These equipments that we have equipped to the tune of about 11 billion to all our institutions. Some of them are of industrial standards. We also have as much worked very closely with the Kenya Power Corporation, and we have already paid 150 million to KPLC to be able to provide three-phase power to all our training institutions so that these equipments can run, these equipments can train, but also we can be able to use them for production. And in doing so, I believe we can make our institutions to get into financial sustainability or to the level of financial sustainability. So soon we'll be rolling out the strategy. It's a very advanced stage, and we'd like the principals to prepare towards the same. Mechanical Engineering Department officially commissioned. Thank you. May God bless you and grant you success in all your endeavors. I will not conclude without talking to